Hi everyone, let's get started with the hair. Make sure you wash it well and it is manageable. Now you also need to wear a shirt that opens in the front because once you are done with your hair makeup, it's really difficult to take it off. So let's get started. Now you need to do a center partition of your hair. Make sure it is properly centered. And then you need to tie a ponytail behind after you have made the center partition. The ponytail can be a lower ponytail. It does not have to be high up. Make sure you make it tight enough so that it can take the weight of the extra hair that you're going to add later. Once you are done with making a ponytail, then start making a braid. Braid that ponytail until the bottom, where you have the most narrow part of your hair, if you really have that. So once you have completed the braid to the bottom, then secure that braid with a rubber band nice and tight so that it doesn't open up at all. Now I have this long hair with me which is already braided and decorated. It has these two hooks there and this point or a loop which is on top of that braid. I will be inserting a black thread into it. My black thread is slightly thin, so I would like to make it thicker by making it two strands. So I'm going to tie a knot to that strand, and then slowly I will be inserting that through the loop which is on top of that braided hair. Now I've inserted that thread through the loop, and this is what will help me tie it onto the already braided ponytail that I have. I will be actually fixing the hook on top of the braid and then taking the thread from below my plaited hair and then tying a knot nice and tight. Once I have tied a secured knot to the hair, I will slowly try and hide my original hair below or behind this braided artificial hair. The knot is almost complete and I am trying to secure the original hair so that I can hide it behind this fake attached hair. So I already have some strings on it, so I would be just tying it so that my hair is hidden behind it. So it's almost complete, and I'm trying to secure the hair, and then the bottom part still remains, which I would be tying it with some thread. I'll be taking an extra thread so that I can secure the bottom portions of my hair, and with that thread I would just keep my hair secured and hidden behind this fake hair. Now it's almost complete. This is how it looks. This is how it stays. You can put an extra thread to keep it secured nice and tight. So this is my two flowers strings. What I have done is I've attached them together. I've tied them together with this thread together, and then I put them from the bottom of the plait, and then I take it basically to my plait, and then I pick a small portion of the hair, put it from inside and the other end to the same part. You know, I have them like this, and then I kind of tie a knot to that. Okay. This one really stays tight in here, and then you need to add some, make sure you do put in some pins. So this is how your flowers would look like. And if you have a third white flower, you know, it's always good to make it, if you want to make it even more fuller, you can have a third flower coming up here. Okay, so then the third flower would look kind of like that. So it'll just surround your hair, and you can have that pinned it up too. Okay, and make sure you do attach your pins around so that this is how the hair will finally look like with the 3 flowers I added. You'll find with 2 flowers. We don't need a bun at this point of time. Make sure you would add more pins so that it stays nice and tight. So this is the basic method of how to do your hair. The hair doesn't finish here. We need other accessories. Your head, the bindi, the Chandran Suryan. So I have this Chandran and the Suryan. I have connected it through a thread, you know. I put a thread together and then connected that. How did I connect it? Basically, I want a correct distance between the center portion of your... So the sun is always on the right side. So you need this to be equidistant from your center. And once you know the distance, you can thread this up, you know. You can put a thread like that and just find a correct distance. And then what do? I would slowly take this from the back of my ears and then go below my hair and then tie a knot, nice tight knot. Okay, use more pins to make it tighter here as well. So we've fixed your Chandran and Suryan here. I have the earring, and then I've also added the martel to it. I have a thread on the hook of the martel here. There's this thread. We'll see what I'll do with it. So I've attached the martel. The martel basically needs to support the earring. You also tie, this is how you would tie a thread to the hook of the martel that you have. See? So then make it straighter so that the front portion comes up here. And also for this one, it just goes straight from your ears up. Okay, don't take it back. We don't do that for Bharatanatyam. So just let it go straight. You're kind of lifting your ears, because if your earrings are heavy just like mine, you're just going to lift it up, you know. It's going to support that ear. And this thread, once you lift it up a little bit, you'll be basically tying this thread, both the ends of this thread on top here, nice and tight, so that you feel that, oh yeah, my earrings are lifted a bit. So we lift it up here. You can fix the hooks which are up right now and just fix it up to your hair. You can cut these threads off, okay, if they're too long for you. So once you're done with your martel things, you can add some more pins around the hook of this martel so that they don't come out as well. Hi, after having my martel, my Chandran suit in here, this is the single bindi that I use. I have a thread tied up right here, or if this is not how your bindi looks like, somewhere here you'll have it one thread and the other thread on the hook of this bindi. Okay, and then I would align it to my forehead based on, we generally don't hang it like this. It has to be just right. And then you have this thread which was attached behind. I would use the thread and take it further below my hair. You can pull it further back if you don't want it to be this long, and then make it straight. And that thread would now go down here and you'll tie a knot to the bottom. Nice and tight, okay? So that they don't slip, because all these knots are going to be tight. Later, when you are taking your jewelry out, you can just choose to cut them out with a scissor, or if you're patient, then just take your knots out. Okay. So now this is done here. You should put a pin, you should put pins, tighten this jewelry up here as well. Okay, and then onto these threads that you would put a pin there too. You can later on arrange, after everything is done, you can arrange your flyaways with some water and some gel or something like that. But yeah, this is how the head, hair, everything would look to the end.